Wheeling Plan Commission meeting for Thursday, December 15th is called to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mr. Secretary, please take the roll.
Commissioner Bonalva?
Here.
Commissioner Dorban?
I'm here.
Commissioner Saku?
Here.
Commissioner Johnson?
Here.
Commissioner Powers is here. Commissioner Zangara?
Here.
And Chairman Rafato?
Here. Brooke, any changes to the agenda?
No changes.
Thank you. Citizen concerns and comments at this time. Anyone wishing to speak on any other items then that are on the review tonight can come forward? Nope. Okay, great. Consent items, docket number SCBA 16-32. Wabash, 240 Carpenter Avenue, appearance approval of a wall sign. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dorban, second by Commissioner Johnson. Mr. Secretary.
Commissioner Dorban?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Bonalva?
Yes.
Commissioner Saku?
Yes.
Commissioner Powers votes yes. Commissioner Zangara?
Yes.
Chairman Rafato?
Yes. Do we know what Wabash is besides a river?
It's an energy, not an energy company, but they specialize in products that create energy, like generators. They
Okay.
repair and
Manufacturing.
do other servicing to the generators.
Okay, great. Thank you. Items for review, docket numbers 2016-26A and B and SCBA 16-29. Special use site plan approval of a packaged liquor store, special use site plan approval of a retail establishment with a gross floor area greater than 20,000 square feet, and appearance approval of wall signs. Mr. Secretary.
Docket number 2016-26A and B, Benny's Beverage Depot contract tenant is seeking the following for the property at 1550 Lake Cook Road, Wheeling, Illinois, which is zone B1 Planned Shopping Center District. 2016-26A, special use site plan approval as required under Title 19 zoning of the Wheeling Municipal Code, Chapter 19-06, Commercial Districts, Chapter 19-10, Use Regulations, Chapter 19-12, Site Plan, Approval Requirements, and associated sections in order to establish a packaged liquor store, and 2016-26B, Special Use Site Plan Approval as required under Title 19 zoning of the Wheeling Municipal Code, Chapter 19-06, Commercial Districts, Chapter 19-10, User Regulations, Chapter 19-12, Site Plan Approval Requirements, and associated sections in order to establish a retail establishment greater than 20,000 square feet. The standards for a special use. A zoning special use is defined in Title 19 of the Village of Wheeling zoning is a use of a parcel of land that requires review and consideration before approval due to circumstances or effects on the surrounding properties that may adversely affect them. In order to be considered for a special use, the petitioner is required to demonstrate through testimony to the Plan Commission at the public hearing why their request meets the conditions of the village code, including but not limited to how the proposed use will not damage the enjoyment or use of the surrounding properties. Prior to the public hearing, the petitioner provides written statements meant to show that the request for a special use meets the standards established in Title 19. The Commission chairperson will typically direct that these statements be entered into the record without a full reading of them at the hearing. Based upon the testimony and supporting materials submitted, the Plan Commission will make findings in support of or against the petitioner's testimony and report those findings to the Village Board. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Brooke, anything to add?
Yes, I'd like to state that the staff report and submittals of the petitioner are part of the public record. And also, I'd like to inform the Plan Commission that we received an additional site plan today from the petitioner regarding the placement of a cart corral.
Great, thank you. Petitioners, who that might be? Thank you. Will you be the only one speaking tonight?
Brad Stein of Benny's Beverage Depot will likely answer some questions depending
Okay.
on
the nature of the questions.
All right, so if you would please both raise your hands. You swear the testimony you give tonight to be the truth?
Yes.
Okay, great. So if you could clearly state your name and business address into the microphone so we have it. Thank you.
Sure. My name is Don Rickard. I'm with the Millord Company. The address is 9801 Industrial Drive in Bridgeview, Illinois, 60455.
Great. The floor is yours to explain the petition.
Okay, thank you. And we are here, as you had mentioned, for two special use permits, one for packaged liquor sales and the other second special use permit for the retail sales greater than 20,000 square feet. I had submitted a write-up which gives some background on the company itself. I don't know that I need to go through that at this point, but there are a few items here that I would like to cover. Binny's is a privately held company, and they have over 30 stores in the Chicago metropolitan area. I think most people are familiar with these stores at this point, but they are generally concentrated around the Chicago metropolitan area. There's a location in Bloomington, and there's also a store in Champaign. Couple key things to point out when it comes to, what we're proposing to do at the store. Site work, we're not looking to do any site work with the exception of the placement of a cart corral, which we did submit an exhibit showing a cart corral in the western half of the parking lot, which is where we anticipate most of our customers parking. The other proposed work at this location would be, as far as the exterior is concerned, on the front elevation, the Staples store that we would be converting has a lot of red corrugated metal siding on the front elevation as well as on the west side. They also have kind of a red canopy over the front entrance door. We're going to remove the red corrugated siding, replace it with a exterior insulation finish system, painted to kind of complement, as the rendering shows here, to kind of complement the other color banding at the top of the building, which would eliminate all of the red corrugated siding. We will also be painting the red canopy that spans the storefront black as opposed to the current red color. And also, there's a short brick knee wall that might be about 32 inches, 36 inches high underneath the storefront that's existing. To the east of the front door, which is right on the elevation, we would be putting in a small pair of cart doors where we return carts into the building. So the two storefront panels, half-height doors, if you will, are new. That would really be the extent of the exterior work. So the appearance of the store, that would be the extent of the changes that are proposed. As far as signage is concerned, we are proposing an LED channel letter sign on the front elevation that would be 192 square feet. I noticed in the information we submitted, we had noted it to be 193, and in the staff report, it is noted to be 192, and we will be making it the 192 square feet there. And then on the west elevation, on the side, there's also a 30 square foot sign, which I believe meets the ordinance, that we'd be placing on that side as well. So between the signage and the few exterior adjustments I'd mentioned, that is really the extent of the exterior work. Interior-wise, it would be finished to match the typical Binny's fit-out that we typically build here. We are going to demo some of the interior store. Generally, we grind and polish the floors inside. We'll be building a walk-in beer cooler, or a reach-in beer cooler, and there'll be a walk-in humidor. There will be a wine room, and also a rare and collectible spirits room. The balance of roughly 17,000 feet is retail space. As far as number of employees here, there will generally be about 25 people employed at this location. About 9 or 10 would be on site at any given time. The hours of operation, we anticipate opening at 9 a.m. and closing at 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Sunday is a little bit different. Sunday, depending on what the local liquor ordinance reads, it would be an opening of maybe 10 a.m. or noon and would close approximately at 6 o'clock. But we'd certainly operate within the liquor licensing hours. Generally, the product sales mix across the Binny's stores are about 45% wine, 32% spirits, 15% beer. The last 8% would be cigars, miscellaneous accessories, and that type of thing. They do occasionally, which is allowed under the liquor licensing ordinance, have a tasting or some type of an event occasionally. They're generally small, short duration. They may last a couple of hours. I'd say on average they have one maybe every 2 to 3 weeks. Maybe Brad can address that in a little more detail later if there are more questions. So that is something that's pretty typical to stores. Education has become a big component of the stores, so that a lot of times there are these little tastings where it's an opportunity to talk to customers, educate them on whatever the particular tasting happens to be for. It's a pretty common thing, and there seems to be a lot of interest in that, so those have gotten to be pretty popular. Store deliveries, I included in the write-up a small chart, which is a typical delivery schedule, lists days of the week, the types of vehicles that would be delivering here, and roughly the number of deliveries per day. It's not a large volume. It's all done during normal business hours. And as you'll see, most of the vehicles are smaller vehicles, even small passenger vans and those types of things. The largest vehicle would be a beer truck, which is approximately 40 feet long. But there is a loading area built into the store here, which will very easily accommodate those deliveries. So with that, as far as the standards are concerned for the special use permit, for both special use permits, the 6 items that are listed as standards here, we've given some written response, and we're in full agreement with staff's comments on those as well. We feel that we've met all 6 standards. And at this point, I guess I would, if there are any specific questions or specific areas that you have some questions on, I'd be glad to answer those at this time.
Great. Before we do that, though, this is a public hearing. Is there anyone wishing to speak on this matter? No? Okay, good. So now we'll go to the commissioners. Commissioner Zangara.
Thank you. I think it looks great. My question I was basically going to come up with was the cart corral, because I know at the store there in BG there's carts all over the place, so I've been glad to see the cart corral come in. The only thing I have is you changed all the stuff red to basically black, which is fine, but the bollards up in front are red. Are they going to stay red? Or are you going to paint those black?
It's a good question. I hadn't actually thought about that, but we would usually paint them to complement the building, maybe try to match the brick color, something along those lines.
Okay, I mean, they just have a stripe on them. I know they have a stripe that was the same color as the Staples red, so I just didn't know if.
Right, yeah, given that it is their kind of corporate color, we would probably change it maybe to match the color of the Binny's signage.
Okay.
Which is a shade of red. I think that might make some sense.
Okay, otherwise I think it looks good, and I know you used the fancy word for EFS. You spelled it all out for everyone, but the EFS is high enough that I'm not too worried about it. It's not going to be in any damageable areas. It's up high, so I'm okay with it. Usually we're not too keen on the EFS, but I don't see anything happening with it there, so.
Right, we generally wouldn't use it near grade, especially near an entrance, but it is all high. It's kind of accent type, so we didn't feel it would be problematic.
And the only other question I have is, I see actually this picture right here, and I haven't driven by the store. What's over there on the right-hand side? Is that for signage, on the wall, the brick wall? There's like 2 metal brackets.
I couldn't figure out what it was. But there are a couple of metal bands there that I think when we get in there, we may try to pull those off and patch the brick, or I don't believe it. I'm really not sure what the purpose of it was.
Okay, because I know you're not planning on any other signage on the walls?
No.
Advertising, poster
No.
signage or anything?
We don't put signage in the windows or in the glass, none of that. The two signs you see here is the extent of the signage. There are a couple of panels on some pylons out near the street, which we would replace, but not increasing size or doing anything like that, just replacing in kind what's there.
Perfect. Well, I wish you luck and happy that you're coming to Wheeling. That's all I have.
Thank you, Commissioner Thangara. Commissioner Saku.
I have no questions, very thorough packet. Excited you're coming to Wheeling. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Commissioner Dorban.
I have no additional questions. I'm just glad you're moving into Wheeling so I can give my money to Wheeling instead of Buffalo Grove. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Commissioner Powers.
Deliveries are in the back, right?
Correct.
Okay. Really, the only thing I have is, sorry for my ignorance, what is a humidor?
It's a small room where they control humidity and temperature to store cigars so that
Okay.
they don't dry out. Cigars need to maintain a certain humidity level so they don't dry out. So it's there's a humidifier in the room, and it's tempered to hold 70 degrees and 70% relative humidity for the storage of cigars.
So they won't be smoking in there, right?
No.
Okay.
No, it's retail space only. There is no smoking lounge, there's no smoking in the building. There's strictly sales, and they leave.
Okay. And last question for staff, we're okay with the parking calculation and everything?
Yes.
Okay.
Even with a loss of one stall for the parking corral, for the cart corral, there's still, I think, 4 or 5 additional spaces to spare.
Great. Okay, I have nothing else. Thank you.
Commissioner Johnson.
Thank you. I really have nothing else to question. It was nice having a complete presentation. All the information we needed was in the packet. Good luck
Thank you.
and welcome.
Commissioner Blanova.
Thank you. I don't have any questions either.
Thank you. I just have a couple of comments. One, on the tastings, you said that they're every couple of weeks. And are they manned by, and this is just curiosity because I seem to think that there may be more often, it could be just my imagination. And are they manned by sales reps of those, whatever you're tasting, wines or spirits, or is it your employees?
Brad Stein, Vice President for Benny's, located at 8935 North Milwaukee Avenue in Niles. We do have multiple types of tastings. We have a weekend at Benny's, which is every Saturday from 1 to 4. That is manned by a Benny's employee. So those are poured by our tasters with products that we select. And then we also have other tastings, which we schedule out of our corporate office, depending on the category of maybe it could be a beer sampling, it could be a wine sampling or spirit sampling, and those are typically manned by vendors, but they do have to adhere to our internal tasting policies.
Okay. All right. It was just confusing because I know I frequented that and I thought I had seen tastings almost every weekend, something going on. It was just a bit misleading in your report. Very comprehensive, as Commissioner Johnson said. It was a great packet and everything. The other comment was, you talked about there's no other signage, and the one thing that I noticed at your store in Buffalo Grove is that you have a tendency to stack all the boxes in the windows. Is that a common occurrence at your stores?
We try to avoid that, and based on this floor plan, we're not thinking that that's going to be an issue. Based on the location of the service desk and based on the location of the cart corrals, we don't see that being an issue with this location.
Great.
We've left space, if you look at the floor plan, when you walk in on the right, that whole section is kind of devoted right now for the larger stackings that you're talking about. So there is no intent to have large case displays near the windows here.
Great. Sometimes it's a mess, and I know sometimes some of the empty cases are used for somebody that buys more than 6 bottles of wine and they put them in the box, it just sometimes looks unsightly. I mean, everything you're doing here is great, so thank you for that.
And we have a designated location for the box storage. When you walk in the very left corner, kind of in the corner by the humidor right now, we have that section devoted to that. So any excess box stock that's where that's going to go.
Last two things. One, I assume you're keeping the vestibule that is currently in the store, so doors will be able to close and then you walk in so you don't have the breeze come, that's always a nice feature. And then on your floor plan, and you mentioned it, sir, that you said that the, let me look at it again, floor plan, you mentioned a grab cooler, but this mentions a walk-in cooler. Is it a walk-in cooler and a?
It will be a walk-in cooler for Binny's staff to stock it from the backside.
Okay.
But for customers, it will not be a walk-in. It will be
Because you have a walk-in now at the one in Buffalo Grove.
This will not be a walk-in for customers. This will just be a grab out of the
Or
door.
maybe it's not a walk-in and I just always go in there. That could
sure hope
be.
not.
That could be. So it's just purely a walk-in cooler. I just want, well, this says walk-in.
Reach-in, it'll be a reach-in.
Yeah, for customers are just
Is that a-
reaching in through glass doors on the front, but as
I
Brad
don't think
stated,
it's a technical term because they can still walk, the employees can still walk in, so it's still correct to call it a walk-in cooler.
Okay,
It's
fine.
just
I just,
operationally, customers can't walk in.
okay.
Not supposed to.
What?
Not supposed to.
Not supposed to, but apparently. Okay, apparently I have. Okay.
Picture up.
Yeah, don't let him in. Okay. Is everybody, okay, so is everybody okay with the signage? I just want to make sure because that is one of the, and I know we have a condition, that's the only condition we have on anything is the signage.
And then regarding the bollards, we can add the condition that the bollards may be painted to match the building and/or signage color scheme.
Okay, that's fine. The number differences in the parking, you had mentioned, you had said 70, but Commissioner Johnson pointed out that you had mentioned
Yeah, she mentioned
70 and it's actually 76.
Right,
Does that
there
have
is a
to be-
correction to the staff report.
Okay, great.
There was some faulty math in the staff report, but the parking requirement is satisfied by the use. And even with the reduction in parking due to the corral, it is still satisfied by the existing site plan.
Okay, great, good, thank you. So, with that said, do I hear a motion on 2016-26A?
Can I ask one more question?
Of course, I'm sorry.
When do you plan on opening?
Mason.
well, I'm hoping to be back tomorrow to submit plans for permit, but as far as the open date,
The true open date, based on the tentative plans, we're thinking sometime in May.
Oh, May, okay. Okay, I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Dorban, second by Commissioner Johnson on 26A.
Yep. Commissioner Dorban?
Yes.
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Powers votes yes. Commissioner Zangara?
Yes.
Commissioner Saku?
Yes.
Commissioner Blanova?
Yes.
And Chairman Rafato?
Yes. On 26B,
So moved.
Second.
motion by Commissioner Powers, second by Commissioner Zangara?
Johnson.
No,
Oh, it's not-
Isaku.
Flip a coin.
Isaku.
Okay. Commissioner Powers votes yes. Commissioner Saku?
yes.
Commissioner Blanova?
Yes.
Commissioner Dorban?
Yes?
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Zangara?
Yes.
And Chairman Rafato?
Yes. Appearance approval wall sign 1629.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Zangara, second by Commissioner Powers.
Commissioner Zangara?
Yes.
Commissioner Powers votes yes. Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Blanova?
Yes.
Commissioner Saku?
Yes.
Commissioner Dorban?
Yes?
And Chairman Rafato?
Yes. Motion to close.
So
So
moved.
moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Welcome to the village, and you'll have something to sign. You'll have 3 things to sign. It's just Well, we talked about any conditions that will be on, that you'll have to abide by, and this goes to the village board too, so
Okay,
Thank you very much.
thank you and welcome. If you come up here and start signing these. It's. Grab a pen. Sure. And then you just have these two to sign. Here you can take that and sign one there. 26A, 26A. I got a whole bunch of 26As.
Okay. Did they have,
They're all the same.
okay. Let's get them all together, sort it out.
Hold on one second, I think we had a printing error. So what we don't have is we don't have the sign. We got duplicates there, so we can throw those out. You can have a copy of that, and there's just one more that we need you to sign off on. We just, a lot of times there's conditions that we want to make sure that the petitioner knows what you're signing off on. No.
This is just the top of it, say the wrong thing?
Oh, yeah, it is. That's what's happening.
Oh, okay.
It's the same condition, there's one for each docket number.
And the primary site, this says it's up here, that's wrong.
Okay.
Oops.
You can just cross that out if you want to move this along.
Okay, hold on one second. That's a good one. This is, actually, now we don't have a 26B retail establishment. Yeah.
Okay.
This is A, which says Bollards much, so that's,
Both special uses have conditions. Here's the sign.
that's the sign. Okay. If you could sign both of those. And then we have Just, I'm dazed and confused now.
A and B, okay. And what's that?
These are both A.
They may have the other ones. Can we see what everybody, yes,
Yeah.
please.
You're good to go. I mean, we just need to ensure that you have the right paperwork.
See, they have an A and a B. Okay,
So these are.
we need this one signed.
Or do you have an extra A right there?
A,
Yes, we do. Okay, here we go.
but these
A and a
both,
B.
these both read
This is
A.
a signed, and this is actually the signed one. With the typo on top.
Get rid of this one. This one is good.
But these both read A.
Okay, hold on one second.
We're sorry, sir. Oh, here's a B.
These are all correct,
Here's a B.
but this is incorrect. Store, Ballard, A. Ballard, A, primary sign. A CBA primary sign. Right here.
Okay, so we just need, somehow missing, we're missing one B. We should have both of them there. We just had. All right, so we have, there we go.
Much more
So-
confusing than normal.
Now, does the petitioner have,
We have two of everything. We have a back a copy, an A, a B, and a sign.
great. Thank you. Good luck.
All right.
Calling docket numbers PC 16-20, SCBA 16-33, Walmart 1455 Lake Road, minor site plan and appearance approval of building facade and parking lot modifications and appearance approval of a wall sign. Ms. Jones?
I
Anything?
have no comments.
Is the petitioner here? I assume you're the last one left. Welcome, sir, and if you
Thank
could
you.
state your name and business address for us, thank you.
Yes, I am Billy Green. I'm with Harrison French and Associates, 1705 South Walton Boulevard, Bentonville, Arkansas, 72712.
Thank you very much. The floor is yours, sir, to explain the petition and what you're planning to do.
All right. At this particular location, we will be adding an online grocery pickup service that would consist, the process basically is a person would order groceries online via internet or the app on the phone. At that point, they would arrive to the location, then they would text or call, specify the parking space that they are located in, then the associate would bring out their groceries. That process would take approximately 5 minutes. So what we're doing is reducing the parking time from 45 minutes to approximately 5 minutes. The changes that we're making, that we're proposing on this site is to the exterior parking lot. We're proposing 6 locations designated for this pickup.
Bless you.
And we would be reducing the existing parking spaces by 3 parking spaces. To the front facade, we would be proposing a pickup sign. And we would be painting around that area knockout orange. Also on the south, we would be adding a door in that area, and we would also be painting that orange and painting orange over there to the other side. As far as the interior, it's very minor changes. Most of the changes are involved moving furniture, basically adding the kiosks for the pickup for the associates. that's pretty much it.
Okay, great, thank you. Commissioner Johnson?
Thank you. Again, well prepared here. By the actual pickup door, there's no signage there other than the ones for the parking spots?
Correct. That is not a customer door. It's only for the associate.
Oh, okay. Are there directional signs?
Yes,
so
I'm
that-
sorry. I didn't mention that.
So
Yes.
people know where they're supposed to go?
Correct. And that's one of the reasons for the pickup sign on the facade. It serves two purposes. One purpose is to notify customers that this particular store is a store that has the pickup service. And also, the pickup sign would be located on the side of the service.
Okay.
And there are directional signs in the parking lot showing you where that is located.
That was my only question for now, at least. Thanks.
Commissioner Powers?
So on the, in the front, you showed a pickup sign. So are you saying that that sign is going to be on the south side of the building? It'll say pickup?
It's got to be on the front facade.
Which happens to be east. Well,
Yeah. So there's nothing on the south side of the corner, and there's no pickup above. So there's going to be directional signage to point people to the 6 parking spots?
Correct.
Okay. The only other question, I'm kind of curious, if you knew, what percentage of your business is online shopping now? Because I've never heard of that before. Has that been around for a while?
For the online grocery?
Yeah.
No, this would be a new service.
Okay. And is that something new for Walmart in general?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There's-
I have nothing else. Thank you.
Commissioner Dorbin?
I really have nothing. I spend a lot of time at Walmart, so I'll be interested to see the changes, and I assume that nothing else is going to be changed inside.
Well, some wall finishes and floor finishes, but
But the
nothing.
basic layout's going to be the same.
Correct, yes.
Okay, thank you. That's all.
Commissioner Saka?
If we can go back to that one site layout, I just want to get a better sense of where the 6 stalls are relative to the new pickup area. So are those where the square is in the middle? That's right in front of that,
Yes. That's right.
is that right? So how is that going to impact the traffic that goes across? Because you get a lot of people that come in from Lake Cook and they go and they cross over. Is there going to be any kind of issues with people parking and then folks driving behind? Do you know what I'm saying?
They would still come in off of Lake Cook over here
Yeah.
rather. And then they'd have to turn right and then come to the spaces over here.
Okay. All right, that helps. I just wanted to get a better sense of where it was relative to.
I think what you might be talking about, Commissioner Saka, is on the north side of the building, there's a lot of cars that, that come up 83, make a right and go behind the, let's say behind the store.
Right.
And skirt away and get over to Aptekissick somehow. Based upon that, it's far enough away from all of that traffic that is there.
That's all I wanted to confirm. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Commissioner Zangara?
I think everything's great. The only suggestion I would have is, would you consider putting in just an awning or something above the door? Just so that, you're keeping weather out of coming inside. I know it's just for employees, but I think even your Smackdown Orange or whatever color it's called. Knockout Orange.
Knockout.
Smack down.
It would, and I think an awning there would almost be more visual than for people also. So
You're talking about the employee door?
where they're gonna bring the stuff out, the groceries out when they park. I was just thinking, maybe an awning, more of a visual higher up that people could see. So just a suggestion. That's really all I would have. Thank you.
Commissioner Blanova?
I have one question.
Could you bring your microphone down?
Sure. From Lake Cook side, will people see the sign that that there is a pickup option?
It doesn't look visible from this,
From
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 the
Lake
point.
Cook, it's not visible, so
No.
That's the street to the north of the.
Gotcha.
You,
You want us to add an additional sign?
I know, you guys would love to have signs.
I was going to say, I mean, if you're ordering specifically for that location online, you're going to know to go to
You're
that
familiar.
location.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
And there is a directional sign out by Lake Cook Road here.
I don't have any other questions.
Great, thank you. Just a comment, it's a new service, and to Commissioner Zangara's comment, you know, something, because nobody gets out of a car, correct? Are you texted when you're, so you place an order, let's say I place an order, and this is just curiosity. It's a great idea because I know you can order things online, but you have to go physically into the store, go in the back of the store, get the things, sometimes have to wait a while. So how would it work if I ordered something? Does it give the person an expected pickup time?
I believe so. I think they have the option. They have the option to pick specific times.
Oh, okay.
And, I mean, assuming they come within that time frame, then once they arrive, they would then notify the store that they are in space, let's say 3,
Okay.
and then they would bring it out.
So they text in saying, I'm in parking spot 3, where's my order? And is this just for groceries?
Yes.
Interesting. And I don't know if this is germane to, no, okay, it's not germane. I was just going to ask if there's no alcohol involved in this, is there? I mean, I'm not certain is that germane to?
For the pickup,
Yeah,
sorry, so for being able to pick up liquor, as far as,
Yeah.
that will be part of, if they want to be able to sell for the pickup, we'd have to look at it with a conjunction with their liquor license. If the village's liquor code for package sales in this type of area allows for it, and if they've applied, because usually you can do a carryout. I think you probably can, because you're actually going to the store, it's not like a delivery, but
Okay.
we can look at
I
it.
was just curious.
But
I mean, it's
wouldn't-
great, it's a great concept.
Their person who's taking the stuff out then would still have to check IDs.
Yes.
Yeah, and that stuff is not our concern.
Right.
I mean, but that is an interesting thing.
But I can make a note to make sure
Sure.
how the code works and
Great.
how that would work with the pickup, so that they're aware of it.
Thank you, thank you. And then to Commissioner Zangara's point, and, you know, we won't add it as a condition, but think about having an awning that's possibly the color of that orange, just to identify that area. That would be a good identifier instead of a sign, which you couldn't see anyway because it's very one-dimensional, but it's not a condition that we're adding, just a suggestion, and that would be something minor that could probably be taken care of staff if you want to do that, but that would be a good identifier, because you're tying it to the orange of the background of your sign, and unless you got a big orange door, I guess. So, but, you know, just something like that would be, I think would be a good idea. Just a suggestion. Yes, you have a question?
I just looked it up for you real quick, just for your information.
Wow.
You can order anywhere, anytime, and then you can pick a convenient time for your pickup. And then when you get there using the app, you can notify them and they come out and give it to you.
Cool.
Which is the same thing that he said, but I've confirmed it.
The app. Got to get a Walmart app. And there's no upcharge to this.
No.
It's 100% free.
Wow. Thank
That's
you.
what it said.
Would you like to
They made
go
a
work for
point.
Walmart?
They made a point to say that it's free.
Would you like to go work for Walmart, a greeter for pickup? You know something, you have to stay current on these things, and it's a great concept, so. So I do a motion on PC 16-20.
One more question, Mr.
Yes.
Chairman. Will there be a bell at the door in case somebody gets there and says, oh geez, I forgot my phone? where they can go to the door and
Probably have to go to the front.
notify the employees?
Forgot their phone.
Yeah, 'cause some people actually do forget to carry it.
You mean from that door?
Yeah, just, a doorbell so that your staff is alerted that somebody's out there waiting.
Probably not.
I don't think so.
Might be something to consider, just, I don't know if you staff somebody at that door all the time.
Aren't most phones sewn into people's hands now?
Well, mine's not, and I've forgotten it on more than one occasion.
Well, that's true, you still do, yeah. Okay, it's just another consideration. So how many stores are, throughout the United States, how many stores are implementing this? Are they all implementing it?
It's a lot. I don't have the exact number, but
Okay.
we're doing them all over the country.
Great, cool, great idea, cool. Any other questions? Is there a motion on PC 1620?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Johnson, second by Commissioner Powers. Mr. Secretary?
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Powers votes yes. Commissioner Zangaro?
Yes.
Commissioner Dorban?
Yes?
Commissioner Bonova?
Yes.
Commissioner Saku?
Yes.
And Chairman Rafato.
Yes. Appearance approval of wall sign.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Johnson, second by Commissioner Powers. Mr. Secretary?
Commissioner Johnson?
Yes.
Commissioner Powers votes yes. Commissioner Zangaro?
Yes.
Commissioner Dorban?
Yes?
Commissioner Saku?
Yes.
Commissioner Bonova?
Yes.
Chairman Rafato.
Yes. Thank you. You'll just have something to sign.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck, should be
Good
interesting.
luck, yeah.
Thank you.
And you're probably in a hurry to get back to warmer weather, too.
Yeah, here's going to snow some more, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Get out
Snow
early.
and cold.
Leave before it snows.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Stay as long as you'd like, but it's going to snow soon.
Yeah, I heard somebody said 8 inches, then I heard 18 inches.
I heard something about 12, so there you go.
Really? I'm not looking forward to either one of them.
Yeah, and Sunday, the high is -1.
Just sign both of those.
The high is
The
negative.
high is -1.
Excellent.
Before wind chill.
I heard people giving away free Bears tickets.
Oh, yeah, who's going to go?
Keep one
I mean,
of those.
I would be embarrassed.
And, yeah, you can keep one of those and then sign those two. And you can keep one of those also.
You have to be some.
So you actually are from Bentonville, you're not just stationed up here. So you have to fly up
Actually, I
here.
live in Houston.
Oh, really? Oh, my gosh. Oh,
Yesterday,
okay.
today to me was warmer than yesterday because there was no wind.
Cool.
Yeah, no, yesterday was crazy. Every time I got out of the car, I'm like, oh, good.
When it
Yep,
snows, it's
thank you.
ready to go swimming.
And have a nice holiday.
It's up a little bit.
Yeah.
Approval of minutes, November 17th, 2016.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Approval of minutes, December 1st, 2016.
So moved?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Other business, Ms. Jones?
First, we have the 2017 Plan Commission calendar. This is the draft. Did anyone have any suggestions or corrections? It's following the same format as previous years. The meetings will be held on the second and fourth Thursday of the month, except for November and December due to the holidays. We're adjusting that to the first and third Thursday of the month.
My only comment is the December 21st meeting is very close to Christmas. Though I think what we could do there is leave it on there, and if there is, we have enough time to cancel that meeting. But if there's something big, I guess we should leave it on there, especially if there is something that can't wait until January, because that would be 21st, January 2nd. So like Brooke, right now, what's going on right now, using this as an example?
Right now, I have no applications for the January meeting. So this is typically a very
Slow time.
slow time for petitions.
Okay, all right, so let's make that, do we have to make a motion on that, or just say, yeah, we approve?
Consensus.
I would approve it.
Okay, so, voice, okay. Do we hear a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any other business, Brooke?
I have one other item. This is just informational. Cafe Zupas, they were recently approved. They are in the building permit stage right now. They requested through staff a change to their awning color. The awnings were approved as red. Cafe Zupas asked us earlier this week if they could change that color to black. Staff has determined that that is an appropriate color, it's a very traditional color, and we have approved that administratively. So I just want to give an update to the Plan Commission.
Okay, thank you. And just as an aside, they opened up one just a couple of months ago in Schaumburg on Gulf in Meacham. It's on the northeast corner, just a little bit east. It's right by the Trader Joe's at there, and I work close by. So, you know, I went on a exploration to see, and the food is very good. The sandwiches are very good, and I went with folks who had salads and soups. I actually had a soup too. All very good food. All
Was
very
it busy?
Yes, very busy. And it's an interesting location. It's tough to see. And if you don't know it's there, because you can't just turn in and get there, you have to go either past it or go there through, off of Meacham to get there. And it was very, very busy, very busy. And so this location, right on the corner there, is going to be a great location for it, and very good food. The inside is very light, a lot of windows like this, and just very airy. Really nice, very nice.
Great.
Okay, other business. Commissioner Johnson.
Other than it's great to see some dirt getting moved on the corner over here. I have nothing else. Happy holidays to everybody.
Commissioner Blumenova.
I have nothing. Holidays.
Thank you. Commissioner Powers.
Same thing, happy holidays.
Commissioner Dorban.
Ditto.
Commissioner Isaku.
So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, and thanks.
Yep. Commissioner Zangara.
Same as everyone else. Happy holidays, everybody.
Great. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, Happy New Year to everybody, and also the end of the year. We had a very productive year, and I want to thank the commission for all of their hard work throughout the year. We did some great things, not the least being the Wheeling Town Center, which took a lot of hours, but there were a number of also things that are going on in the village. It's an exciting time of the village, and I'm looking forward to 2017. Mallory, anything?
Nothing, just happy holidays, happy New Year, see you all in 2017.
Yep. So motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Oops. We're adjourned.